You're listening to Exploring Anime with Friends, a JMO for Real podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all major podcasting networks. I'm your host, JMO! And today's friend is my wife and co-host. How's it going today, Sarah?
Hi, everyone. It's going great today.
Awesome. Are you excited for today's episode of Exploring Anime with Friends?
I really am. This is a good one.
Yeah, really, right? Like, it's amazing world, amazing lore. Like, I really enjoyed doing this one. Today, we will be exploring the world of Clevatess, a high fantasy set in an amazing world with an elaborate lore, released in July of 2025. First, we will take a look at this world and the events that lead up to the opening of the series. After that, we will break down that first episode as the heroes storm upon Clevatess's mountain in order to try to take out the Dark Lord Beast. After that, we will go on the journey with Clevatess and with Alicia and Luna as they go through many different obstacles, and Clen learns about this human world. And finally, we'll meet Drell, a powerful being who threatens to consume this very world. And remember, if you like what you're hearing today, check us out on social media. Like, subscribe, and follow. Man, where do we even begin with this world?
I mean, they did a really good job with this one, for sure.
They really did. The lore, it was perfect. The way that they introduced it throughout the many different episodes. Like, it was one of those things where you would get a good fight scene and then it would follow it up with the lore behind the scene. It would show you different things that were going on in the present, and then it would explain them, giving them further depth and further meaning.
I never really felt like it was, like, too much at one time. It wasn't a huge lore dump. It was bite-sized pieces.
But yet at the same time, you realize as you're going through it, it's like, wow, I know a lot about this place. Yeah. I know a lot about this time.
Oh, they did excellent.
And at the same time, they still kept you suspended, asking questions.
Definitely.
Because that's what Clevatess, or Clen, as the human name that it takes, is doing throughout this whole thing. You're following his journey as he's asking questions. He's really a protagonist that is just trying to learn, to figure out what he brings to the equation in this whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the history of heroes, the Regalia, and the Haydn Empire.
So to start off, the country that we're in is about this big on the map, of a much, bigger map, and everything around our continent here is just dark. Like, they don't know what's beyond their borders because they have these 4 great dark beasts that have kept them caged in there for whatever reason, and no one knows the reason. It's just they can't leave. And as human type people do, they get curious about what's over there, and so that's where the heroes began. Yeah. One of the empires, that's the Haydn Empire, has access, the only ones that have access, to a very specific forge that makes magical items called regalia. Only royalty can use this forge, too. It's not even like anyone can just use it. It's got to be the king.
And the regalia themselves, they're made from a very special, almost like magical stone. Mm-hmm. They're not made of like iron or steel or anything. And the forge that they're made in is a very special forge.
It's a very weird forge, too. It's very demanding.
Yeah, you want to say a few more things about it?
That's jumping way. They don't reveal this till way later. It's very unique. It has a very close relationship, for lack of better words, with the Haydn kings.
Yeah, and the Haydn Empire, they make these regalia for the greatest heroes in the land. Yep. Sometimes it's 6 years in between the last time one was made.
Yeah.
Haydn has their history interwoven with heroes that they send out into the dangerous places of the world in order to expand their universe further. And these regalia all take on special properties. Talk to us about some of the cool regalia that we have seen through the course of this show.
I mean, the best one I can talk about is Stream Splitter. That's the one that we actually really see most often as far as I can remember. And it got its name because it literally cut a waterfall in half. And it's better than just that. But just think about how much wind control or water control it would take to do
definitely.
that. If you're underwater, it can also propel the user forward. I mean, it's That's kind of simple, but it's kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. And we also see another one where it makes powerful ice that can be shot off. It's a spear that shoots it off in javelin form. And Drell himself wields one that is very much like a dragon's bane. He got
that's crazy, yeah.
named the Dragon Slayer as a result of it.
Mhm.
And it's possessed by the soul of a dragon now at this point in time.
Yeah.
These regalia become more powerful as they are used, as they almost like not bind, but like almost become united with the host, with their wielder, and they just become more and more powerful over time. And these heroes are being sent out all the time with these regalia in order to expand the world. Let's talk a little bit about the dark beasts that surround the continent.
They're rough. The main one we get to know is Clevatess, the name of the show. He's kind of like a wolf.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of tails, he's the Lord of Darkness, right?
If you want to be wrong, he's kind of a wolf. But yes, he's got like these tails that have like a scorpion hook almost like at the end of it. And it's not like they're stuck on him. They're shadows. He's primarily this shadow creature. And he can just send them out and kill things. He's strong, very strong. He's the one that we
they all are.
Oh yeah, of course.
These are the lords of the dark beasts. There are dark beasts wandering all over the place, but there's one of them in each of the different parts of the world. Another one that we kind of learn a little bit about too is Zathier. And that's one of the ones that is also sending a disciple out into the world during these times for a completely different reason.
Oh, yeah.
But this is the one that likes to watch humanity. Humanity brings Zathier amusement.
Yes, amusement's a good word for it.
Whereas Clevatess just wants to be left alone.
He literally is like, get off my mountain.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, right. Right?
Do the road.
Can you imagine just wanting to be left alone? You got adventurers coming up trying to kill you? Like, what the heck? I'd have been mad too.
And that's what happens in the first episode.
That is what happens.
The 13th hero with their regalia
shining bright
from the Haydn Empire into Clevatess's mountain. Talk to us a little about that.
I don't know what there's to talk about. Like, he annihilates them. And these guys have all the bravado in the world. They think they're actually going to take him. And there's only one person that even remotely scratches him. And that's it. And he just obliterates them completely. Like,
the regalia fall into a deep valley, a complete mop up, complete slaughter. Alicia does put some damage on him. She is the only female hero that is in the party. But even she ends up being thrown up into the air, dismembered. But the one thing is, she sees the vast continent beyond as she is being thrown up into the air.
She knows there's stuff out there.
They made it farther than any other ones have made up to this point in time. And now she knows that there is truth to the stories of what lies beyond where they live. And that sells her on it even more as she's being finished off and dead.
As she's dying.
Bye-bye, Alicia. She's all done for the rest of the story, except for the fact that she's not.
Yeah.
So what does Clevatess do in response to this?
As any good grumpy antagonist, because he's kind of antagonist for a second there. Curmudgeon's better. He goes and attacks back. He's like, I'm just living peacefully on my mountain, and you guys come up at my house and mess my place up? No. So he goes and he attacks the Haydn Empire with, good reason. Like, he wasn't doing anything to them besides living his life.
In some ways, you could argue that he's not the bad guy here. They started it.
I said he was the antagonist? No, I was wrong. They were the antagonists. They started it.
Yeah.
So he goes in and does what a great Dark Lord Beast creature does, and he just starts annihilating things. He doesn't actually get to the forge.
Close, though.
But he gets close, and he's killing everyone. He doesn't care. He doesn't care, man, woman, child. He's just annihilating everyone.
Yeah, and eventually he makes his way to the Haydn King, and he finishes off the Haydn King after simply asking the question, why did you send them?
Yeah.
Like, what was your goal? What did you hope to gain by sending them?
It's a pretty reasonable question.
Because that's the one thing that fascinates me about Clevatess throughout this whole thing. He just wants to know. He is this all-powerful being who just kind of wants to understand what is going on with humanity.
He's a really cool character.
Because despite the fact that the world goes back thousands of years in history, there is so much that is unknown by even the greatest beasts of the land, by more or less like the gods of the land to an extent. Like,
they practically
and
are.
he's just trying to find out. And after he takes down this king, he has a fateful encounter that leads to this journey.
So while Clevatess is just moseying on back because he did his business, he's good, he hears a baby cry. And with that baby is, we assume, the baby's wet nurse. And she begs Clevatess to take the baby with him and save him. And I'm looking at this like, I don't know if I would have had the physical strength to try to ask a dark demon-looking beast to take care of the child for me. But she's dying and she's desperate.
She has nothing to lose by asking.
Yeah, absolutely. She's dying. She's got nothing to lose. And Clevatess is like, why should I? And she basically gives him a challenge and says, take care of the kid, learn what humans are all about. And it kind of intrigues him because he doesn't really know much about the races or the people in this area. And it kind of intrigues him. And he's like, okay, I think I'll do this. So he takes the little baby with him, little pink-haired baby with him.
Yeah, and they set off on a journey, and he quickly realizes that the baby needs to eat somehow, and he remembers, oh, I killed a female hero.
There was a girl somewhere.
So he revives Alicia with his dark ichor. Talk to us a little bit about the dark ichor.
It's a little gross sounding, to be honest. Ichor. Yeah, he uses basically like his blood,
for lack of a better word,
to resurrect her. But it's not just that. It's not just, oh, I'm resurrected now, cool. Like, she's still got the scars. You could tell where, like, her eyes one eye's just completely gone. It's just a scar over it. And she's forced into servitude. And she can't get around it. It's because of the blood ichor stuff. And she can't at all. She has, if he says something, doesn't matter how terrible it is, doesn't matter how much she disagrees with it, she has to do it.
And she's also immortal for as long as he wants her to be, too, which is the crazy
has its
part
drawbacks.
Oh my goodness,
gosh.
because she still feels all the pain she takes in combat. She still takes the massive injuries.
Oh man.
And the recovery process, like how many times does she just like have her
like screaming in pain?
A leg or an arm bent completely the incorrect way with the bone shattered.
Just clicks back into place.
Yeah, like and you see the whole thing. This is not for the faint of heart.
Yes,
there is plenty of this. There is a mature rating on
good
this
shout
one.
Out.
There is plenty of gore, but at the same time, it all makes sense in a fantasy setting. It's not there needlessly. Like everything that's done is done intentional and with purpose.
Yeah, they did a good job. I'm gonna say it again.
So he brings her back and he's like, "You're going to feed the baby."
Feed the baby, and she's like, "Hi, I've never had a baby before," and bigger hint, I've never done it before.
Yeah, right. So it's one of those things that he's
so
like,
humorous because it threw him off. It threw Clevatess off real bad that she couldn't just produce milk.
Yeah, and he's
on the
like,
spot.
"You don't all have milk?" He was just really thrown off.
It was hilarious,
and he's like,
to be honest.
I don't know anything about this world at all.
Yeah.
So now he's kind of like, you're going to bring me through this world. You're going to be my guide. And frankly, you're going to help me take care of this little one. We're going to find this little one a wet nurse so that it can eat. And by the way, you're going to teach me and this child everything we need to know.
Yep.
At this point in time, he transforms into a human form that has a horn that looks very childlike. And he's
young,
like,
very young for sure.
I will call myself Clen so that people don't know that I'm out and away from my mountain. And we will call this baby Luna.
Because his mountain's Luna Mountain.
And Alicia's kind of like, okay, yeah, right?
Not like she could say no.
So they start to go head out into the real world together to find the wet nurse, but also to learn more about the world.
Yeah, Clevatess, or Clen, rather, is on a learning expedition at this point.
Yeah, and he just wants to know everything. And the first people they run into are bandits.
Bandits.
A group of bandits.
Not even like easily to overcome bandits. They're the rough bandits.
Oh, yeah, no, they're the ones with the mountain stronghold.
Yep.
So if you like what you're hearing so far, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow, and watch this for yourself on Crunchyroll. That's where we watched it.
Yep.
All right. So these bandits. Talk to us a little bit about this bandit group and their leader too with his pet troll.
This whole thing just makes me go, ugh.
It's funny too because we praised this type of character when he appeared in the Shield Hero.
He wasn't like the Shield Hero guy. The Shield Hero guy had some panache.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yes, je ne sais quoi. This guy is gross.
He's a slime ball, even to his own men, too, right?
Oh, look.
Like the whole scene where Alicia is brought before him as a suspected hero. We'll talk a little bit about that scene in a moment. But as as it's brought in front, he's not just talking down to Alicia, he's talking down to the two men that brought her before him. It's like, wow, like, no respect for like the most powerful of your subordinates. Kind of crazy. And he's like, it's all because I have this troll.
Yeah.
Like, and I can control it with this magical powder. I don't even know. Like,
bro's like delusional or something. He's been sitting at that seat too long. Someone needed to usurp him or something.
Oh, right? Yeah. Like, well, someone kind of does. I don't know.
You want to call that a usurping?
Yeah, I don't know. Where do we even begin in this bandit camp? Because there's so many different things going on. I guess we talk about that scene there.
Yeah.
And how he more or less points out, I know you're a hero.
Yeah.
To Alicia.
I mean, like you said, he knows. Like, this guy, besides being a complete and utter slimeball, he's clever and he's smart.
Very intelligent. As a matter of fact, we kind of concluded he's one of the most powerful scientific minds of his time.
He probably was.
Because he uses science to more or less create magic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like,
and every once in a while, he'll come up with a line that was like, these kids nowadays.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
Get
quite...
off my lawn.
Well, like, in a way that's like, oh, is that one of these new things these kids nowadays are talking about?
There are so many get off my lawn characters in this anime, right?
There is. With Clevatess being the reign supreme. But he's talking to Alicia, it's like, I know you're a hero. And where there's a hero, there's regalia. So you coward of a hero must have dropped your regalia somewhere, and you're going to tell me where your regalia and all the other regalia is. And we all know that Alicia was not a coward. She died in service, but there's no way for them to know that.
Like, Clen's not going to tell the truth because then that'll
Clen.
reveal that he's off of his mountain, right?
Yeah, he's trying to hide.
One important thing to note, too, the reason why Clen was captured so easily by bandits,
good note,
he's getting used to his new human body.
They were ambushed, and a guy just slammed him on the head from behind. Humans are much more squishy than dark beasts.
And he also doesn't want to reveal the extent of his power yet.
Yeah.
Because then that will show that he's not on his mountain.
Yep. First, when the bandits start coming, Alicia's like, bandits, well, this will be easy. And then one of them just went over the head. And she's like, what? So that was kind of funny. But back to the conversation they're having. So she obviously refuses. Because what hero would tell this sleazeball where this regalia is or fallen or anything? And he's pretty much like, we'll give you some time to think about it. The boys will take care of you. Take care of you. They just take her away to go to whatever cell they're going to put her in. Spoiler alert, she doesn't make it to the cell.
She does make it to a rickety old bridge that is over a giant chasm and a very special lake. But let's not talk about that. Let's go to Clevatess and come back to that.
That's a
afterwards.
good idea. I like that.
What is Clevatess doing? Or Clen, I guess. Yeah. Clen doing. He's meeting a very important character, right?
He is. He's meeting the best of characters as far as I'm concerned. I'm just going to say it.
The most wholesome character in the show. Even including Luna, right?
Yeah. Luna's the baby. We've got to remember that. The character is more wholesome than the baby. She had every reason in the world to be the villain if she wanted to. So Clen is with Luna because Clen looks younger. He does not look like an adult. And so kids go that way, adults go that way kind of deal. He's forced to basically help feed the bandits. And this is where he meets Nell.
And they're commenting about how quiet and quick and attentive he is.
Oh, yeah. They all like him, for sure. So we meet Nell, though, and gosh, I love Nell so much. Like, I was about ready to flip tables for a minute there further on. Nell is very well endowed because not too long ago, she lost a child. Yeah. So she still has the milk supply, and that's what the bandits have been using her for, amongst other horrible, heinous things. Whenever a baby's brought to the camp, she's the milk supply.
Yeah.
And she's very good at it, apparently. Her body's just producing a ton of milk. So when little baby Luna appears, there's no problem. Not only is it just someone that can provide the milk, it's someone very gentle and kind-hearted. She enjoys it. It gives her meaning. And gosh, I just love this character so much.
And Clen notices how great she is with Luna. And he's kind of like,
terrible the bandits are, too.
I want you to come with me. And she turns him down, mainly because it's one of those things where she doesn't think that they can get away.
She thinks that he's just a kid.
But this story gets back to the Bandit King, and he decides that he's going to flip it on her.
Because no one leaves. No one leaves the bandits.
And he attempts to feed her to the troll.
Yep.
But at that point in time, Clen shows up and begins a rescue. But let's jump back to Alicia and this pit.
Oof.
And the regalia at the bottom of it, and the dark lord that slumbers underneath it.
So this whole area that the bandits are in, it was a miner's area.
Mining shaft?
Mining shaft. Thank
Yeah.
you. That's perfect. It was a mining shaft for a while until they just dug in a weird spot and all these giant dark beast fish things were there. And
They are scary.
They are. They're terrifying, actually. Now, the water looks really calm. That's part of the deception. But as soon as you jump in, those giant fish things attack you and you die. Like, there's no way around it.
Because they get eaten whole.
Yeah.
Unless the other fish are fighting over them, in which case then they get torn apart and they get eaten in different parts.
Again, mature rating, guys.
Yeah, no. And
just note that.
Alicia gets herself in a spot where she's kind of like, you know what? I can do this.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm immortal.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it to the bottom. The suffocation is going to be excruciating, but it's better than going along with what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So she slices the rope bridge that they're on, and she starts taking down the scaffolds to bring as many bandits into the water with her as possible. And frankly, she probably eliminates a good 2/3 of them right there.
A big chunk for sure,
before
yeah.
she ever even returns with the regalia.
Uh-huh.
And she slowly sinks to the bottom
inside
of a barrel. And eventually she sees it there. And right before she reaches out to grab it, tell us what happens.
Eye opened up. Now, we thought those fish were big.
Squid, octopus, not sure what it is.
Something, yeah.
Jellyfish.
I think they more described it like an octopus or a squid. But either way, the eye of this thing is so much larger than just the giant fish we were worried about in the beginning.
Yeah, no, it is terrifying. She basically concludes, this is an ancient one.
Yep.
These are one of the powerful lost species. So she's battling it underwater. She's using the regalia to propel herself forward.
That's the stream splitter I mentioned earlier.
That's the stream splitter, yeah. And she eventually makes it to the surface where the final remaining bandits challenging her and others are pleading for their lives. Alicia just leaps out to safety, right?
Yeah. Well, she was actually told by Clem when Nell said, no, I can't join you. Clem asked why wouldn't she to Alicia. And Alicia's like, well, it's because the bandits are here. This is where she is. And he's like, well, if we get rid of the bandits, will she come? Yeah, probably. Okay, then, you're a hero. Kill the bandits.
Yeah.
And so she's just murderizing everyone, which I'm okay with. They're terrible people. She does a good job with getting the ancient one involved and the little dark beast fishies involved.
Yep. And at this point in time, this is where Clem starts to learn some about the magic of the world. It's explained to him by the Bandit King as he's just kind of flaunting his scientific knowledge in front of Clem. Clem, at this point in time, realizes that magic is a threat to potentially even the lords of the Dark Beast. Oh. So he needs to learn more about it. They all escape together. Clem revives Nell into Nellaroo using parts of the troll that he has to defeat. And they run into a servant of Zathir. He lets them know that dark beast younglings are missing. Clem starts to put together, and it's kind of like, wait a minute, there are children missing from these bandit camps. Somebody is targeting the young of both species.
Yep.
And the other one says, yeah, no, I'm on a mission from Zathir to find out what's going on. So they're going on their way, and their paths lead them to Drell. Talk to us about Drell.
I don't know what to say. Drell's kind of a jerk. He's powerful.
Is he really?
Is he really? Yeah.
He's painted as the antagonist, but
he is.
There's no, as we've been talking about it up to this point in time, this isn't black versus white. This is shades of gray, and most of the shades are darker. Drell has just simply come to the conclusion that tradition of heroes is a lie.
That's very fair. Considering no one's ever made it around, that's fair.
Haydn is sending out these heroes with regalia just to repeat the cycle over and over again. He knows the kings of Haydn are being manipulated, and he saw his promising prize student be sent out with him to do battle with a dragon, and his student was lost. Drell has concluded that this world is a lie and must be purged. So he's a nihilist, but I wouldn't say he's a jerk.
All right, fine, he's not a jerk. He's doing jerk things, though.
Tell us.
Well, firstly, I believe, wasn't he directly involved with the death of Alicia's dad?
Yes.
So that's part of it.
But again, it was on the battlefield.
It wasn't like there was war.
He basically told him that this is the way it's going to be. He's from a warring nation, and he is the lead general.
Yeah. He manages to actually capture Clevatess.
It's kind of.
Like, kinda.
Clevatess allows him to capture
Yeah.
so that he can learn more about what's going on and the magic that's binding him.
Which was kind of cool to watch. Clen is still being Clem, but he can send himself out as well.
But he still has access to most of them. Like,
Yeah, no, he's still strong.
He's playing Drell more than Drell is actually capturing him.
That's fair. And eventually he gets to... Is it still hiding?
Yeah, it's still hiding because there are still civilians there. There are still civilians. They're still part of an army. Clevatess didn't destroy everything. He just destroyed everything
to the king
that encountered till he got to the king.
That's fair. So Drell's heading that way to finish what Clevatess done. It's a takeover at this point.
Yeah, and he also wants to learn the secrets of the Forge.
Yes.
Because Drell knows that something is up with the Forge.
Yep.
He believes that there is a magic that is deeper than the weapons it produces that is controlling the Forge, and he wants access to it so that he can lay waste to the world.
Yep.
And you have other kingdoms that are converging in to prevent Drell from getting access to it. That includes powerful beings with regalia like Rhodes. Clen and his group are coming in at because they were just off of victories with the two most powerful sorcerers that work for Drell.
Oh, yeah.
They beat Maynard, the bug-using sorcerer, and they beat Nye, the iron-controlling sorcerer, and they actually have her take them to this battlefield to do battle with Drell, or at least that's what Alicia is doing. Clen to find out the secrets of the Forge.
Because he's got the royal bloodline with him in Little Luna, and they're the only ones that can access the Forge.
There are encounters all over the place. Rhodes and Alicia together taking on Drell in a battle. You find out the history of how he became the Dragon Slayer and the possession that has taken over him, making him into a hero of olden times before the fake heroes existed. And meanwhile, Clen is entering the Forge and they meet someone very powerful inside of it. And honestly, this is where we're leaving you guys,
this is a good stopping point, I think.
And yeah, anything you want to say before we begin to wrap this up?
It was really good. We talked about the world building. It's excellently built world. I'm excited for a second season. It does get pretty graphic, so just to warn you on that. You do see quite a bit of chest, but it's for the sake of feeding the baby.
Yeah, it's not in a fan service sort of way.
It's not a fan service sort of way. It was excellent. I thought from the beginning when I kind of read the description, I was like, this sounds pretty cool. It sounds a little different. We don't usually follow the bad guy and realize that, oh, he's not the bad guy.
He is a being on a quest for knowledge for the sake of knowing. That's his whole quest.
Yeah, it is.
This is done in a very different way because it's done from a powerful being who's wanting to know about the smaller side of the world. Frankly, I think the character of Clen and Clevatess is incredibly well written. The lore and the world just draw you in and are some of the better world building in anime in a very long time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think it's brilliantly done.
It's great. The writing team did a great job on this one.
Yeah. And it's done in an older high fantasy style. So I really kind of appreciate the art style too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. So once again, we explored the world of Clevatess and we learned about the tradition of heroes in the Hidden Empire. Then we met Clen, Alicia, and Luna and followed them on some of their journeys as they dealt with the bandits and later on the forces of Drell. And we learned about Drell, the sinister figure that really just kind of makes sense when you dive into his history. We hope you had as much fun exploring the world of Clevatess as we have, and consider watching this anime. Bye!
Bye!
So if you like what you heard today, make sure you listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Listen to all of our J-Mill for Real podcasts. And hit us up on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Once again, this was Exploring Anime with Friends. Let's explore together. And now for a word from our sponsors. Bin Buster. Live from YouTube, it's Tuesday night, the call sign of the Bin Buster YouTube channel. Once you hear this, you know you're about to embark on a journey through pop culture, movies, comics, and more. Buckle up and enjoy the ride every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. EST. Poppin' Cinema with Joe Mama and friends. Showcasing the power of cinema, join Joe Mama as he introduces different friends each week to a movie they have not seen before, popping their cinematic cherry as they talk about the movie they just watched every Tuesday at midnight.